Hi, it's Gavin again from Lucid Computer Solutions. How are we all doing? So today I've got another laptop review for you, and today it is a Dell laptop. Say for a change, I think it's because the last couple may have been Lenovo and Acer. So yeah, we have a Dell laptop today, and this is it. And this is a Dell Vostro laptop. It's the 3590, or you could also say it's a 3000 series, but it's the 3590 specifically, this particular model is. You class this as a budget laptop from Dell because you won't really get a laptop too much cheaper than this from Dell. So whilst it isn't budget as in cheapest of the cheap, overall it is one of the cheaper ones you will get from Dell. So let's have a look at it. So this is a 15-inch laptop once again. So again, it's quite big, as you would imagine, with a 15-inch full HD laptop, and therefore it's also quite weighty. It's not like this. It's a couple of kilograms. So if this was going to be, transported a lot, it is portable, but you'd know about it because it's a couple of kilograms. Overall, as ever with a 15-inch laptop, we do have the full keypad plus a number pad on the side. With this keyboard, what I would say, in contrast with some other 15-inch laptops, this does have some nice spacing on the keyboard. It doesn't feel cramped. And even the number pad, actually, I know I've said on other laptop reviews, it feels sometimes like the number pad is just slapped on the side at the last minute. This feels nicely spaced actually, and typing wise the keyboard is quite nice. For a laptop at this price range, the laptop keyboard is perfectly acceptable. I don't mind the keyboard at all, happily to use that. Aesthetically, what have we got? As you would imagine with a laptop that's kind of in the budget range, it is plastic. All the casing is plastic. It's quite a nice plastic. I don't know if the camera's actually going to pick this up, but it's got like almost like a patterny kind of groove to it. So on the hand, not that it feels rough, but you can feel it's not totally smooth, but in a good way. I quite like that. But similar to other laptops I've seen lately, when it comes to black plastics, it doesn't half show your finger marks. It really does. I don't know what it is these manufacturers use, but the slightest of touch, and given what's going on in the world at the moment, my hands are ultra clean most of the time, constantly washing all the time at the moment. But even so, with super clean hands, as soon as you touch this plastic, you can really see where you've touched it. So I don't like that. And it's not just Dell who are guilty of that. It's the other manufacturers as well. Like I said, Lenovo, I've reviewed a couple of their laptops lately. Exactly the same with them. They're doing exactly the same. So that's a bit of a shame. I presume it's because the plastic is quite cheap for them to manufacture, is the brutal truth of it, isn't it? That's why they'll be using it. Right, so spec-wise, what do we have spec-wise here? So this one has an i3 10th generation processor. So whilst it is an i3, which is lower in the range when it comes to Intel processors, it is a 10th generation processor, which means it's quick. It's not the quickest, but it is quick, and it's more than acceptable. Again, for 80-90% of users out there, in my opinion, it is more than acceptable. Basically, the quicker your processor, the better the experience you'll have with the laptop. And an i3 is lower in the range, but perfectly acceptable for most people doing most everyday computing tasks. So that's good. It's got 8 gig of memory. So whilst the processor might be, one of the lower end ones, which is still fine, 8 gig of memory helps it along the way. Again, the more memory you've got, the overall speed of the laptop generally is that bit quicker. Won't run out of resources so quick. 8 gig, that's a nice tick again. And it has a 256 gigabyte ultra fast SSD hard drive in it. So don't worry about that technical bump. Basically, it's got a really quick hard drive in it. 256 gig of storage isn't the greatest amount in the world, but you could either upgrade or have an external hard drive for if you carry a vast amount of data. This laptop as with most of the stuff we have in mind, is for businesses. So 256 gigabytes of storage for businesses is plenty because they store their data elsewhere 9 times out of 10. So that's actually completely fine generally. But yeah, if you need more storage, you'd need that consideration. As I touched on, a 15-inch screen. Windows 10 Professional, another big tick for businesses because Windows 10 Professional has the integration with business networks and servers, and Microsoft Azure has all them options available to you, which is great. Elsewhere on the laptop, what other features do we have? So over here on the one side, we've got a full HDMI port. We've got a full Ethernet port. Big thumbs up from me. I love laptops with a full Ethernet port. It's really handy for not just for people in tech like me. It means you get a nice, solid, reliable wired connection in this. You don't just have to rely on Wi-Fi. There's a couple of USB ports and there's an audio jack as well. Around this side, it's a lot simpler. There's just a single USB port and an SD card slot as well. So from a business context, everything you would really need. And I really like the Ethernet port, which can be a bit of a rarity these days. Overall, really good laptop. Really, really good laptop. How much money is it going to cost you? This one, again, prices are up and down so much at the moment, but it's around about the £500 mark. So if you consider that I recently reviewed a really, really budget Lenovo laptop for around about £400, I think that one was. It's only from my memory. An extra £100 for this one is a complete no-brainer for me because this has the i3 processor, which is much better than that other laptop, and lots of other laptops at that price point for that matter. It's got the 8GB memory, the 256GB SSD. It's packed with features like the full HDMI and the Ethernet port for businesses. Windows 10 Pro, £500 for this machine, I think is good value at the moment as well. The whole COVID-19 situation has driven hardware costs up because demand has been so high, stock has been so low. So in the real world, as it were, I would imagine 12 months ago, or fast forward 12 months, I think this would be a fair bit cheaper. I think it more likely to be between £400 and £450, but at the moment it's about £500 because I think, personally, my opinion is that some suppliers and manufacturers are capitalising on the low stock, high demand situation. But yeah, it's still a budget laptop. It's worth paying the extra, in my opinion, for this over a £400 laptop generally. If this meets your requirements, it's well worth it. I don't really have much bad to say about this laptop other than the plastic thing, but I've said that on more than one occasion on multiple laptops. So overall, in summary, this Dell Vostro 3590 is a thumbs up, particularly for businesses. I like this laptop. It's decent. So I have no problems recommending it. So that's about it for today. As ever, if this video has helped you make your buying decision, or you just found the information useful about this particular machine, please do smash the like button. It really helps grow our channel. Please do subscribe. We're looking to release new content all the time. Our aim is about 3 new videos a week, hopefully. Likewise, use all the links below to connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter and Instagram. And please do comment on the video. If you got a question about this, or you know of a different laptop around this price point which you think is better, please let me know. I try and get back to everybody personally as soon as I can. So that's it for today. That's me, Gavin, from Lucid Computer Solutions, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.